Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe and also turn on the notification bell. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing us how to cut and sew this ball dress, this baby dress. So I made use of Duchess material and this trimming, this applique and ostrich feather. So let's get started. So here I'll be marking out the starting point, the starting line. This is going to be my guideline. So what I'll do is that I will get the half length measurement, and I'll be adding half inch for joining it to the down part. So I'll just go ahead and connect the lines. So after doing that, what I'll do next now is that I'll get the shoulder measurement divided by 2. So I'll mark it out, and I'll also get the neck width of 2 inches. This is a measurement for a year-old baby, so I'll be going down by 0.6 or 0.7 inches for the shoulder slope. So I'll connect it, and I'll also mark out the armhole measurement divided by 2, and I'll connect the line. This is going to be my chest line. So after doing that, I will add the shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I'll connect the shoulder line. I'll connect the shoulder lines together like that. I ran out of ink, so I'm making use of pencil. So I'll just connect the shoulder lines together like that. Hope you can see what I'm doing. So here I'll be placing down the chest measurement divided by 2, and I'll be adding divided by 4, and I'll be adding about 1.5 inch allowance to the dress. So I will take the measurement down to the waist line, and I'll also connect the allowance. So what I'll do next now is that I'll get the midpoint of the armhole, so I'll try to create the front armhole and the back armhole. So from this point here, I'll be coming down by 2 inches. That is for the neck depth for the front, and I will connect the line, and from here I'll be going down by 1.5 inches. This is going to be it for the net at the neck. So try to create a little sweetheart neckline, just a little sweetheart neckline. So I'll connect it just like that. So what I'll do next now is that I'll get the back neck depth. I made use of 1 inch here. I'll connect it, and I'll create my neckline. This is second neck. So at the shoulder here, I'll be adding about 0.25 inches allowance for joining the shoulders together, and I'll cut out the back first. So this is the pattern. So after cutting out for the back, and I'll trim off the armhole and the neck and cut out for the front. So here I'll be leaving out half an inch for zipper allowance. I'll go ahead and trace out the pattern and cut it out, and also open the back. That is where the zipper will be. I'll trim off the armhole, the neckline, and I'll also trim off this pattern. So the upper one, the yoke, is going to be for the net, and the down part I'll be cutting it out. here. So I'll just go ahead, I'll add about 0.25 inches there for joining it to the net. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So here I folded this net into 4 since I want 2. One is going to serve as the lining, so I'll just place it, the pattern, on top of it like that, and I will trim out. I didn't add any allowance to this, so this is what I have, as you can see. So I'll just set this particular one aside. So I folded my fabric into 4 here as if I want to cut out a full flay, circle flay. So I'll multiply the waist measurement by 2 and get the radius. So I'll just get the half length, the full length of the gown minus the half length. So here the full length is 17 inches, and if I minus 7 inches for the half length from it, I have about 10, and I'll be adding about one. I'll be taking away around 2 inches because I want the net to be showing, and I'll also add allowance of 1 inch for turning it or hemming it with the crayon. So this is my net. So what I'll do is that here I'll take away the half length measurement, and I'll be taking down the full length measurement, that is the full gown length measurement. So I have 10, so I'll be adding 1 inch for allowance for gathering the net. So I'll add 1 inch there. So from here I'll now take down my normal full length gown minus the half length, which is 10. When I add the 1, I have 11 inches, so I'll be cutting out 11 inches in length, and the width is about 3 yards of net. Yes, 3 yards of net. So I'll go ahead, I'll mark it out and I'll cut it out. So I have 3 here now. I'll go ahead and I'll complete the remaining one. So total I have about 5 layers of net in total. So I have 5 layers of net. I'll just set this one aside. So this is my front. I've also cut out the lining for every one of them: the front, the neck, the yoke, the back, and the lining. The full flare, the flare for the skirt. I've also cut out the lining and the net as well. As you can see, the flare here, the lining is shorter than the main fabric. So this is it. And what I'll do next is that we are going to go down to the sewing part. So I'll get this crayon then, what, I don't even know how to pronounce this. So I'll just place it on the right side, stitch about half an inch, and I will turn it inside. This is 1 inch. They have 3 inches, but this one is 1 inch. So placing my net on layers, I want to have 5 layers, so I'll go ahead, I'll place my 5 layers on top of each other like that. So here I have 2. Just make sure you have them perfectly set, so it's a little stressful. So I'll go ahead and place the remaining 5s. I'll overlock it or weave it together. So this is my net. I'll sew the armhole and the necklines, and I'll turn it out. Remember, one is going to serve as the lining. So I'll get my main fabric for the front, and I'll attach the neck, the yoke, or the net to the other part. So this is the full flare. I've already turned it out and I ironed it as well. So this is it, and this here is then the front. as you can see. So what I'll do now is that I'll turn it out with the lining. Just fold in the net, as you can see what I'm doing. Fold in the neck and get your lining and pin it down. Get the center fronts together, that is the V part of the top, and pin together. So sew from the armhole and sew the neckline and the other armhole. Remember to be careful so that you not sew your net. So I'll get the back piece. So what I'll do is that I'll get the main fabric and the lining, trying to identify the main fabric and the lining. So this is my main fabric. So I'll get the lining, I'll place it on top like that. So I'll mark out the 1/2 inch allowance for the zipper. So from this particular mark here, I'll sew the neckline and the armhole. I'll be doing the same thing. I'll pin it down and I'll do the same thing for the other part. So this is the net, the 5 layers of net. I've already pulled them together with my overlocking machine or weaving machine or serger, whatever you call it. So what I'll do is that I'll go ahead and I'll gather this place. So this is what I have. I've torn it out with the lining. So this is it. You see the inside is very neat and the outside is, the main one is also very neat. You can't differentiate between the lining and the main fabric since I made use of the same material. So what I'll do now is that just wash carefully. I'll get this particular armhole and I'll tuck it in like this, right side facing right side. As you can see what I'm doing, just wash carefully and you'll get exactly what I'm doing. So I'll bring it out like that and I'll pin down the seams, that is the side seams, one at the neckline and one at the armhole side. So I'll go ahead, I'll pin it down and I'll also pin the other side down. Remember, seams, make sure that the seams are facing each other, right side facing right side of your fabric. So I'll do the same thing for this other part and I'll sew it round. I'll also sew this other one round. So this is it after sewing it. The back and the front are nicely attached now. So while ironing, I will tuck this place in and iron it very well. So I'll get this side seams and I will place them right side, side seam of the front and side seam of the back, because I've sewn them together and this is the main fabric and the lining. And I'll go ahead, I'll shape this out. I added 1.5 inches sewing allowance, so I'll be making use of 1.2. The rest is going to be the ease. So this is the down flay. So I'm sorry you can't see this. Yes, you can see this is my lining. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be attaching the main fabric, as in the flay. I'll be attaching it to the upper part, that is the half length part, but I've already attached my net to the full flay. So what I'll do is that I'll get this right side facing right side. I'll get the right side of my full flay. I've already marked it out, but let me make it so that you can see it. I'll go ahead, I'll place them together, right side facing right side, and I will pin it down. I'll pin it down and I'll also go ahead and pin from this, that is the center back, and I'll also pin the center or the other center back as well. Just watch carefully and you see what I'm doing. I'll pin the center backs together just like that. If you watch carefully, you see that I have excess fabric because I multiplied the waist measurement by 2 to get the full circle. So I'll be gathering this to the half length, so don't worry about that. Unless you don't want to gather yours, you can just cut out your normal waist measurement while cutting out the radius for the skirt. So after pinning it down, I'll go ahead, I'll gather it to the half length. So this is what I have. This is the inside and this is the outside. Sorry. Okay, so this is it. What I'll do next is that I'll go ahead and add my zipper and also finish the back. So this is what I have. Oh my god, I'm sorry you can't see this very well. I thought you can see it, but that was my mistake. So this is it, and this is the inside. The insides look very neat because I like to sew and I like to use my lining to turn everything out. So this is what I have. Let me turn the inside. I hope you can see. I hope you can see it here. But this is the inside. It's very neat, just like the outside. So the dress is done. The only thing left for me to do on this dress now is to add my applique and my design. So this is the applique that I'm going to use, and I'll go ahead and pin it down to where I want it to be. You can attach this to your clothes using a hot glue gun or a fabric glue or whatever glue you know, but me, I tacked mine with needle and thread. Pretty old school. So this is the ostrich feather that I'll be attaching under the applique. So what I'll do is that I'll pin this down to make sure that everything is in right order, and I'll go ahead and use needle and thread to tack it. So this is the final look, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, comment on this video. I will see you on my next video. Happy sewing.